Okay, now let's go to the next position. Let's mate this king on 2b. In the previous video, these two pieces were set up like this. But now they're one step further from the edge, which makes it more difficult to mate the king. Now, what pieces do you need in your hand? In the previous position, you needed only 2 metal pieces, but here you need 3. And at least 1 gold. So let's try 1 gold and 2 silvers. The answer here is first drop the silver to 3c, king 1c, and then write the silver drop to 2d. You keep the gold to make the final move. If he goes to 1d, gold on the head, and if he goes back, gold on the belly. And what if the king goes to 1b in the second move? Well, let's do silver sack to 2a. If he takes it, gold on the head. And if he runs, gold on the head. Alright. Now let's change this gold to rook. Well, the lines are similar here. Silver drop, king 1c, and then silver drop. If he goes to 1d, it's mate in 1. So the king will go to 1b. But then you can drop the rook to 3b. Not to 2b. It has to be 3b. And checkmate. Alright, now let's change one of the silvers to a bishop. Well, yeah, it's the same. The silver drop to 3c. And what if the king goes to 1b? The rook drop on 2b doesn't work. And also 3b doesn't work either because the king can escape to this way. And it's no mate. So the correct move here is this bishop sack to 2c. The king tries not to take it, but rook drop. And now he has to take the bishop. So anyway, the rook can go to 2d. And the rest is a simple checkmate. So in the second move, the king will go to 1c. And then you drop the bishop to 3e. This is the only square for the bishop to make a mate. Now if the king runs to 1d, silver promotion, and rook drop. Notice how the bishop covers this square. So the king side will block it with a pawn. And then you take it with a silver, king 1b, promoted silver goes in, king 2a, and then rook drop, and finally the bishop promotion. Checkmate. And at the first position, it seems bishop drop to 4d is also a good move, but it's no mate. After the king goes to 1c, let's say you drop a rook to here. He blocks it. Silver drop. If he goes to this way, it's a beautiful checkmate. But after the king goes to 1b, look at this. Then king to 2c. And this is no mate. Unbelievable. If bishop promotes, the rook will fall. If the rook promotes, the pawn will fall. And if the silver promotes, it's really amazing that this is not a mate. Okay. Now let's change another silver to a bishop, a rook and two bishops. Well, this time is bishop to 4d. If the king goes to 1c, right, the rook drop, and you can drop a bishop to 3a, not to 2b. And it's a checkmate. So in the second move, king will fall back to 3a, but then rook check to 5a. Knight drop is the best here, but then bishop drop to 2b. If the king goes to 4b, harassing the rook, you can promote the left bishop. Has to take with a knight, and a beautiful checkmate. So king can also go to 3b. You can also promote the bishop, and it's a checkmate. Alright, now how about this? Bishop, gold, and a silver. Well, this time, once again, it's silver drop to 3c. The king will go up and force you to drop a gold, and then to 1b. You might be thinking of this silver sack, but actually it's no mate. So you drop a bishop, king to 1a, and here then you make this silver sack and promote the pawn. So you have changed the silver on the 3c to a gold. Now king to 1a again, but then you sacrifice this bishop 2 and the gold to 2c, and checkmate. Okay, now finally a very difficult one. 2 bishops, 1 gold, and also you need 1 pawn. First of all, dropping the bishop to 3c is not a mate. After a king goes to 2c, you can't mate this king. So the correct move is dropping the bishop to 4d, keeping a distance. Now the king will go to 1c, trying to get away, but then pawn drop. Alright, now if he takes it, then bishop check to 3b, and the king side won't block it. He just runs to 2d, but anyway, here you sacrifice this bishop to here, and let the king come over to 2c anyway, and you promote this bishop, king 1d, but the rest is simple. Gold on the head, gold keeps moving forward, and checkmate. And at the position where you dropped a pawn, the king side can also try to get away from it. You drop another bishop to here, 4b. King tries to get out, but gold on the head. King 3d. Gold keeps moving. King 4c. But then you promote the bishop on d file to here. King 3b. And bishop promotes to 3a. King 3c. Well, it's really complicated. Horse to 4d. King 2c. And pawn promotion to 1c, checkmate. Alright, that's all for this lesson, and see you next time.